Well, Michelle sends her love, but she's busy in New York running her fashion empire.
To the millions of people who watched Full House, the Tanners were about as close to the perfect American family as you could find, even with its trio of father figures and the absence of a mother for the girls. Off-screen, however, the actors who played those picture-perfect characters were far from the sunny personalities they portrayed on TV. Here are some of the strangest stories surrounding the Full House cast over the years. Cut It Out. For decades, many believed that Alanis Morissette's hit song, You Oughta Know, was actually about her ex-boyfriend, Dave Coulier, who played Joey Gladstone on Full House. The rumors were a real surprise, considering the lyrics in the song contrasted significantly from Coulier's on-air persona. Years later, though, Coulier denied the rumors to BuzzFeed, saying, "The guy in that song is a real a-hole, so I don't want to be that guy." But don't go believing Uncle Joey is completely innocent of some of the song's crimes just yet. In a Reddit AMA, Coulier also revealed that when he first heard the song on the radio, some of the lyrics sounded a little too familiar, although he was quick to clarify that the dirty movie theater thing never happened, with him at least. How rude. Jodie Sweetin, who played the sassy middle Tanner sister, Stephanie, admitted in 2006 that she was once addicted to methamphetamine. She explained that her drug problem stemmed from the show coming to an end, telling Good Morning America, "There is a certain sense of loss when a series ends. It is kind of hard to figure out who you are when you've lost your job at age 13, when that was basically how you identified yourself." She went on to reveal more of the gory details of her struggles with addiction in her 2010 tell-all, Unsweetened, admitting she even snorted meth at the premiere of the Olsen twins movie New York Minute in 2004. She wrote, "I was pulling off the deceit. It was hard for people to believe I was doing that much drugs. I look at photos from that event, and I didn't even look strung out." Other drugs Sweetin dabbled in at the time included ecstasy and cocaine. In addition to her substance abuse issues, Sweetin's personal life was plagued by a number of failed relationships, too. So far, she has been married and divorced 3 times, and her most recent divorce came in 2013 when she filed for legal separation from her husband of 1 year, Morty Coyle, with whom she has a daughter, Beatrix. Sweetin also has another daughter, Zoe, from her second marriage. Apparently, the 4th time wasn't going to be the charm either. After a blowout fight with her then-fiancé, Justin Hodak, Sweetin was granted a restraining order against would-be husband number 4 when he was arrested. According to TMZ, Hodak threatened to kill himself with a 9mm pistol if she made him leave. Hodak was already a convicted felon, which means the guns were in his possession illegally. He violated the restraining order just days later by driving past Sweetin's house and was arrested again. Soon afterward, spread of her personal woes, Sweetin posted a pic of herself with her 2 daughters to Instagram to let everyone know this was all under control. But the drama was far from done. According to TMZ, police were again called to Sweetin's house when Hodak showed up once more but got scared off by security guards. Hodak denied being there, but it's clear Sweetin's taste in men needs to be re-evaluated. Oh my Lana. Candace Cameron Bure's openly conservative viewpoints helped establish a new career line for her on The View. However, some of her tenets have been seen as more controversial than others. In 2014, Bure came under fire for describing her role in her marriage to hockey player Valeri Bure as submissive. She'd written in her memoir, Balancing It All, "I am not a passive person, but I chose to fall into a more submissive role in our relationship because I wanted to do everything in my power to make my marriage and family work." Amid the criticism, Bure was forced to go on the defensive by arguing she was using the Bible's definition of submissive, explaining, "It is meekness. It is not weakness. It is strength under control. It is bridled strength." And that's what I choose to have in my marriage. On the bright side, she's still seen as the more mainstream of the Cameron siblings, considering her brother Kirk Cameron has emerged as a full-on religious zealot who runs his own ministry and preaches about female subservience. A nut. One of the oddest question marks that resulted from the death of Heath Ledger, who overdosed on a number of prescription pills, was why his masseuse called Mary-Kate Olsen's cell phone instead of the police.
She called not once, not twice, but 3 times his very good friend, another celebrity, Mary-Kate Olsen.
The feds tried for months to get her to speak voluntarily, or else risk being subpoenaed. Nevertheless, Olsen refused to talk to the law without immunity. Ultimately, the case was closed and Olsen's knowledge of Ledger's prescription drug use was never questioned further in an official capacity. But the stain of that secrecy has certainly stuck to her reputation ever since. You got it, dude. The Netflix's sequel Fuller House might be, well, full, but one crucial member of the Tanner family has been noticeably missing, the youngest daughter Michelle, played by Mary-Kate and Ashley Olsen.
Well, Michelle sends her love, but she's busy in New York running her fashion empire.
When news broke that they wouldn't be joining the show, many wondered why would they pass on the opportunity. Pressed at one point for an answer, Mary-Kate claimed the twins had just found out about the project and were surprised nobody spoke to them about it before, including co-star John Stamos. Stamos quickly fired back on Twitter, saying, "I call bullshit." The surprisingly blunt tweet led some to wonder whether there was a feud brewing between the Olsen twins and the rest of the cast, which might explain why Stamos was so quick to cover his tracks. The next day, he tweeted, "Had a sweet talk with MK today. There are way more important things going in the world today." For what it's worth, the Olsens ultimately admitted they didn't want to do the show because they haven't acted in years. Anyone who has watched their most recent straight-to-DVD films will certainly understand. Well, that's a wrap. Make sure you leave your thoughts in the comments down below and make sure to subscribe to Boom Bang and like this video. Thanks for watching, and I will see you next time.
Okay, maybe I do just a little bit, but that's because when I was 5, I didn't really have any friends.